Early the next morning.
Morning everybody, how are we? It's Thursday and I'm alive. Fortunately, so is my sister. That was a crazy one. So, yesterday afternoon as I'm finishing off that customer's car, my dad phoned me up. My mum and my dad are still self-isolating, they're still hibernating, and they won't be out because they're shielding. My mum had a cancer operation last year, so she's still recovering from, you know, horrible chemo and all the other stuff, but obviously she's at risk, so she can't meet anyone with corona, just in case. Survival rate is terrible, so they're hiding away. So I get this phone call from my dad as I'm finishing that Astra, basically saying that my sister was ill, taken ill behind the wheel of a car. She was somewhere in Oxford, between a place called Farringdon and Wantage. Was in a lay-by, feeling very ill. Could I go and help because they couldn't leave? So obviously we jumped in the JZ, made it over to Oxfordshire, sort of quite fast, and then was basically up and down roads trying to find her car in a lay-by. Quite scary. Eventually found her. She was slumped over the window, throwing up out the window, could barely talk, was pretty, you know, barely conscious. She was completely out of it, which I've never seen her like that before. So that was quite scary. So instantly phoned an ambulance because she could barely talk, let alone drive a car, and eventually the ambulance came and she got in the back of the ambulance and they did like a full assessment on her. Obviously worrying times, you know, is it corona or is it not? But she was really poorly, she couldn't stop throwing up, and eventually I phoned a friend of mine, a guy called Rory. So big up to you, mate. Thank you very much for coming when I needed you. He arranged one of his mates to come and pick up Zoe's Mercedes and tow it, or like, you know, put it on the flatbed and take it back to her house. After about an hour in the ambulance, they basically decided that she had suddenly had a severe vertigo attack. She's never been good with heights, my sister. But I've never heard of that before. Something I didn't know of even existed. So she was driving along and had a sudden vertigo attack, whatever you want to call it, episode, moment, and was just completely spun out, very dizzy, couldn't see, couldn't drive, throwing up continuously. Just, yeah, very bizarre. I've never seen her like that, so it was a bit worrying. But eventually got her home with a sick bowl and a few friends in tow. We got the car home, she got home safe. My dad went to the pharmacy, who already had a prescription waiting for her because we phoned the GP. Some like anti-sick drugs that stop you throwing up, obviously when you're feeling spun out and dizzy. And just basically told her to sleep it off. So 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my way to work. I will ring her in a bit and find out what's happened, see if she's okay, or at least on the road to recovery. But what a day, fucking hell. It's a very scary situation. Very scary. Bless her. So today, just shut these windows up. Today we've got a lady coming back with a vehicle. We did a stereo in it for her a while ago. She had a few garages try and they completely fluffed it up. We put a stereo in for her, it was fine, but she had a new windscreen replaced, so the glass mount antenna was trashed. So she's coming back in today to have another glass mount fitted. We do them cheap for our customers. Yeah, and then the rest of the day, I don't know. I've pulled a muscle in my neck, so if I'm turning funny and looking at you like I'm a bit cardboard cutout, I fell asleep on the sofa and I, you know, was in some weird ass position, and I've now got a stiff neck. So I may get time to watch the chaser today. It never rains but it pours, as they say. But we're on our way to the shop. It's a Thursday. It's supposed to cool down tomorrow. Temperature's supposed to get a bit cooler, but today is going to be a blistering hot one. Very, very hot one. It's already 20 degrees and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, so it's going to be a warm one today. Gonna be fun. But thanks for bearing with me. The video from yesterday, Monday, Tuesday, all a bit chopped up. Came to work, had the intention of, you know, introducing the video, doing a talk bit, and then filming through the day, and just got lost in work. So it's chopped, and I will try and do a better job. I'm such a pro at this YouTubing shit. Fun times, fun times. See you all soon. Here we go. So Tim's transit van's done. Taken out the reflectors, popped in some strobes. All the cabling's run underneath. A little switch. So they're permanently live, so that if he's on site, he can be safe without the JCBs running into him. We did this one already.
Slap it, boss. Slap it, boss.
Dash cam, stereo, steering controls. Oh, welcome everyone to the hottest place on earth. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm melting. Even after 2 Soleros, I'm still hot. Oh, how are we? We all good? What's the temperature? 34, jeez. It's a bit wham. What's the old ice bucket saying? Aircon's trying, and it ain't doing anything today. Oh. So from today's video, we've got Tim's car, van done. And I've had a few others in as well. I had a Ford KA to replace her DAB aerial that a kid peeled off the window. That always helps. What else do we have in? I had... Oh. It's right, me nice the aircon bucket's having a wee. I've had various cars throughout the day. It's been quite a odd, weird afternoon. But I did have a phone call from the guys around the corner who do like plumbing and piping and hydraulics. They're called Preston Hydraulics, so I'll give them a little shout out. I wanted to get, obviously you'd seen my table downstairs. I'll show you in a second when we get down there. You see my table downstairs that I've made, which is over there. I bought what's the correct word? Some suction tube. The stuff I had was all cut up into small pieces. So I wanted some longer sections, which would bridge across my little workstation. So from the big bad sucker over there, it goes through one router station there, one router station there, and then out through that hole there. It's going to go out to the saw when it's on the end. But I was struggling with ways to how to split up all this hose. So what I've come across with is I've just knocked this up, this little box here, and what I'm going to do is have holes in it. So obviously if I want the thing, you know, using, I can pull these panels and actually let the air through without having any issues of losing suction when I, you know, don't want all three things sucking at the same time. So this will give me a way to suck wood and dust, but without losing suction on the others. So obviously if I don't want the saw working, I can keep this one shut. If I want the router working, I can open this and the sawdust will go straight in there through the trap. If I want the sawdust, the saw working, I can open this one and it will suck through. So it's kind of like best of every situation, but this is going to sit under there and it's going to be kind of like my little T section. Awesome, right? Yeah, I know. And I've got some joiners which are going to go in the sections on the side that are going to allow this pipe work to connect, which they will go in like so. Dead cool. Oh, but that being said, it's the end of the day. I still haven't heard from Zoe, see if she's okay. I'll give Mum a ring Mum a call in a bit, see if she's all right. But the last thing I heard, she was still suffering, still ill, but better than being pretty much unconscious behind the steering wheel of your car, I guess. But I'm going to go home now, chop this up, see the kids, see the wife, have some tea, probably jump in the kids' paddling pool out the back in the garden because it's blooming hot, and we will start again tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. Yes, Friday tomorrow. It's due to get cooler, so the temperature's due to drop. We've got a busy day on tomorrow. I haven't had a look in the diary yet, but I'm sure I'll fill you in with my little fucking wandering around like a headless chicken. I'm sure I'll fill you in my little morning briefing as we discuss the day's manoeuvres. It's lovely and sunny, but we're supposed to have thunder later. I can't see that happening yet. Oh my god! Don't park the Lexus in the sunlight. Automatic shutting doors though. My mirrors have folded in, that's good. Oh shush. Neo, rain time. Oh Jesus. Sweaty Betty. Oh. So yes, it is home time. Slag! Oh, locked. Just get the remote start working.
During parking mode, motion detection recording. Overturn occurred.
Oh, fuck off. Down,
Continuous
up,
recording will now
on.
start.
There we
On
go.
your smartphone, connect to a Wi-Fi network. Name starts with Synkwell.
What it means is I can leave the car running without my keys in it. The aircon can cool down the car before I get in it and burn my arse off. Oh look, the birds wrote a review on my Lexus, wasn't that nice of them? Little bastards. They'll die. Thanks for watching, peeps. End of Thursday. I'm shutting up shop. I'm gonna go home. I will catch you all tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a bit more normality to the videos. But another day. See you soon.